Uh, yeah. Okay, so the rules are gonna be best of 3. And the gods need to be swapped every game, so you don't need to swap civs, but you need to swap gods.
Alright, so we have Sneak with Thor and Falling with, I don't know how to say that dude's
Fushi.
name. Fushi.
Yeah, so in the right corner we got Sneaky with a severe TC advantage actually, playing Thor in the red.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. That's why I don't like Savannah. I feel like a lot of TC screws on Extended Edition.
Yeah, it was even worse on the original, to be fair. Okay, Falling is going very far out with those blue villagers, so he's playing Fushi and he's the guy in the blue. Making a Sim City here.
Yeah, like he's got to get him out, be aggressive with the TCs the way they are. Secure a second TC at the same time.
Yeah, actually, both players are doing it. Oh, Sneaky is making way too many there, I think. He could be using the water and the forest here as well, but he's just making more, rather. Falling making use of the blessed construction here, getting his stuff up real quick. Looks like the god paths are gonna be double gong here for heroic. It's gonna make Falling's villagers train super freaking fast. Like, that villager train time is now down to 9 instead of 14.
Alright, Fallen's making units again. He wasn't making units out of his Raxes for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Microing elsewhere.
Yeah, is he auto-queuing? I think he's auto-queuing that, right?
I think he is now, yeah. I wish they showed you.
Yeah.
For going.
You can hear the sound sometimes as the spectator, but you can't see the actual icon that it's happening.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
Sneaky is completing his wall off, I think. Is that complete? I think there's a little gap here next to his hill fort.
Next to the tree on the bottom, I think so too.
Yeah, that could go real bad. Also, the Vermilion Bird, oh my goodness, Sneaky does not have a defense. His Fire Giant isn't there. He doesn't have Throwing Axemen or Archers or Towers, so he's in trouble. That's getting reset, man.
Yeah, right there, that bird alone just made up for the TC disadvantage.
Yep.
If Blue can capitalize, flying units really strong versus Norris, especially early.
Oh, he's sending the other one as well. It's happening on both sides. That is brutal. Great play by Falling. Sneaky should really anticipate this when playing against Chinese that have that minor god. But yeah, it seems that he must have forgotten about it and just went on autopilot a bit there. Only one castle so far for Falling, so that's a bit of a relief from Sneaky's perspective. Barrisons are fairly easy to take on, but once you add the castle ones, things get rough.
Yeah, I'd like to see him make a Fire Lancer as opposed to these catapults, especially versus Norse early. Just good versus building Zan units. I think they're a really strong unit.
Getting some complaints about volume. Which volume is bad?
Probably mine.
I've slightly increased. It's probably on my side. Maybe not. Yeah, I need some feedback. Anyways, got some major push here out of our Norse player who's now on 2 TCs. Vermilion Bird can't quite defend every side at once. That's a nice spread on the army. Many towers being made at once to help combat that. But at the same time, the sitting tigers taking these out. So this is definitely annoyance for falling, but he's handling it quite well. Lots of mounted archers coming up.
Looks like Sneaky's gonna get his back TC up. Get that pop advantage.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure about the flaming weapons, while half his army is actually building a TC. That doesn't seem that efficient.
Yeah, seems a little rushed, but if you look on his resources, he's getting low on food and gold. I wonder if he's just a little scared, wants to press the advantage while he has it.
I think he might have just queued up a million Yolfsarks. Look at those longhouses, they're still making the Yolfsarks. Oh my goodness, how many kills have there been? Actually, it's very even despite the flaming weapons right now. And Falling is using his god power right now, the Imperial Examination, which just lets him keep up with the unit production. He's also making cataphracts, which are going to really help out against all this infantry. Sneaky has a side build in the corner. Actually, he's taking both corners. Brutal. Falling really needs a corner if he wants to stay in the eco game. Although, like you said already, both players are struggling right now for resources. Sneaky, particularly with the food and gold. Falling's actually running out of everything. Hold up. What's going on? Has he just lost too much army? Sneaky's kill counter went up to nearly 200.
Yeah, looks like he's getting pushed pretty hard on that third TC. Can't keep up.
Inferno used on the army as a sort of last-ditch effort, I think. There's really not much for Falling left. He's at 80 pop. Bumping up to 90 now, but this Inferno is doing a lot of damage. I'm not sure if it's enough though. Sneaky making stuff from everywhere now.
Yeah, Fallen needs to sell some food here. He's got no other choice.
Some nice raid on the back mine of Falling as well, with just a bunch of Wolfsarks. Just a few units can be so annoying sometimes, and Sneaky is doing a great job of utilizing that strength. He could even use Forest Fire here to hurt a lot of villagers and deny the forest cutting time, yeah. It's still possible, but I think he's not looking. Either way, Falling does run out of resources, and that's a resign.
That's a good game.
He says next. Wait, isn't that someone that's winning should be saying?
Oh, he's ready to go again. Just wants to put this one behind him.
Meanwhile, the chat got a question about whether I made a deathmatch map set. Yes, way back. I did. Glad you're liking the modified Ghost Lake. Might bring it back as an extended edition mod, to be honest, because it was more balanced than these maps. Like, we had fair TCs 90% of the time.
I think going forward, just save those on those TC screws. So it looks like Fallen's going Lokai. I think that's one of his best gods, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, his Zeus and his Loki are probably the better ones. Meanwhile, Sneak is going Nuva this time, so Falling is again the blue guy. Playing as Loki. Sneaky is in the red. Playing as Nuva. Yeah, I guess they're not that good.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
They're not the worst TCs. Like, you can probably play this at a high level.
Yeah. That tree line though on the top middle TC, I think that might be just in catapult range.
Oh yeah?
Actually, I don't think so.
I don't think Falling should go for the top TC. That would be too brutal.
No.
That's way too close to
No.
Sneaky. It's way easier to go for the other one. But he's going for a spread build actually, only making a SimCity towards the back. And a lot of longhouses to everywhere basically. He's just trying to paint the whole map. I think he's doing the Mountain Giant cheese here with the hidden temple. We're probably gonna see a deletion of the main temple after he's got his armory done. So just get his battle boar at the front. Actually, it's not timing out, right? Never mind.
Surprised neither player did a block on their town center.
I mean, Falling is doing one at the back. It's just slow. I think it's gonna be raided. Oh, Sneaky is actually not making any stables. I'm not sure if he's aware that the stable units are really, really good. Battle boar defending at home, but there's no production yet. He just started actually. No, he didn't advance wrong. Oh my god, I think Falling thinks that he needs to go for the other heroic age god to get Mountain Giants. But he can actually go hell. So. Oh, Falling's confused. I mean, that's sad.
He might be a little tilted after last game. I hope not.
Yeah. You can still giant him.
Yeah, his base is wide open.
He can literally make it because the god he got is giving all the free giants, but okay. I don't like to dick on people when I cast, but come on, Falling.
What do you think of going Chongli versus the other mythic god for Chinese?
You're gonna get some seriously good cavalry with this. Like against Norse particularly, you just make stables and get the cataphracts against the infantry, and otherwise rely on the barracks units and the fort units. It's just such a strong combination. I don't think Norse can actually beat that without fire giant ballista spam.
Yeah, I really like the Earth. What's it called, Earth Dragon?
Earth Dragon, yeah, it's good.
I think it's really strong versus Norse. You put it on their forward TC, and unless they commit like half their army, all melee units to it, it lives forever.
I mean, they can put their fire giants on it. That's kind of good.
Yeah, that's true.
Or they could just repair the TC on the other side and just deal with the army. I think it's a good power spike, but what do you do after it? Like, you don't have good techs, you don't have good myth units from that.
Well, I think that's the one that gives you plus 20% on your Hellbreeders, or whatever they're called. I think those are low-key.
It gives hit points for your castle units. So it might be nice for that, actually. But the myth units are weak. This god power is actually stopping the units from making the TC. And actually, whoa. I didn't realize Barrage is that nice on the TC. Or was it a comment? Oh, there were Fire Lancers. Sorry. I'm pretty sure that Barrage is only pierce damage, so it shouldn't do much.
Oh, Falling used flaming weapons, but his whole army got destroyed here.
Yep. Yep, that's really brutal. The thing about Vermilion Birds is that if you stay in those tornado attacks, you just get destroyed. You have to keep moving while you fight them. That's why his fire giants die so easily too. Like you have to keep moving, shoot, move and shoot. And that way you can quite easily beat them actually, but without micro it's not possible. At least Falling's got a trade, but he's gonna run out of resources pretty soon here. And Sneaky's going up to over 180 prop. Falling trying some desperate ram rates from both sides. Still didn't realize that he does have access to mountain giants as he planned, but oh well.
Well, Falling might be able to make something happen. The side builds. This main is wide open.
Oh man, the Vermilion Bird is gonna see it on in the north.
Nice scouting by Sneaky.
Yeah. Yeah, Falling's just going for it. He pulled the trigger on both sides. Inferno is still available, so Sneaky could use any point on this army here. Still 3 birds here. Oh, hold up. That bird is actually not engaging the rams, and together with the Nidhogg, they could definitely take a TC down.
Yeah.
I don't think
sees them now.
Yeah, I don't think he's seeing the one at the main TC either. So you're right, Falling is gonna do something with this. But what about the main fight? There's nothing there.
Yeah. It's tough to push into all those towers. I wonder if he didn't use the Nidhogg, if Sneaky would have not noticed for a little while longer.
I suppose he could have used it in the main fight, but there's just so many immortals there. I think they would just kill it. 5 immortals and some fire lancers. Yeah, he gets both TCs though.
Ah, a nice play. See if you can push out a little bit.
Not moving the fire giants again. They got easily killed by the tornadoes like that. Nidhogg doing quite a bit of work there, but kill-wise we're still ahead for Sneaky, 150 to 130, with Inferno still available, and he's remaking everything now. Goes back, there's no need to risk anything here for him.
No, especially with Falling making a play on his top. I think it's a good move for Sneaky to fall back.
Yeah. That ram could get to the TC maybe. Unless Sneaky blocks it nicely, he does. That was nice with the halberdiers just arriving in time. 2 or 3 hits can really reset the TC very far. Inferno being used on those ballista, he doesn't want to lose a 3rd TC, that would be just too much to take. Ballista of course are gonna die to this. And actually I think the walls are gonna burn down from this Inferno. Just about not.
Here come those birds again for the top town center.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna nuke this. Sneaky meanwhile established his main again, making castles now. The rest of the TCs are quite fortified, so Falling is in pickle now.
The bottom mid one, if you got a couple rams, Sneaky's army is nowhere nearby. Might be able to make a play on that, but so much going on.
That's
it's
true.
Hard to be everywhere at once.
However, he's actually making some rams right now with the last of his wood. Gonna need some more of that.
Yeah. Second TC's idle. You get some villas coming out of there. If he gets an eco going, I don't know. He'd
maybe there's a chance for him. I think.
If Sneaky doesn't take care of those side builds, he can just pop out whenever he wants, and
yeah.
Even if he doesn't take the town center, he takes his eyes away from the front.
There's plenty of fire lances here, so he should be able to take care of them. But I don't think it's his focus right now, as this TC is being attacked, but it's so heavily fortified. Oh man, and the army is also countering the Norse ones, so Falling just has to leave here. Also, Falling moved up his dwarves into the north here. Uh, Seems like a risky place to mine, but he's kind of out of options. Villagers are engaging the last of the rams. Not looking great for Falling.
I like this play Sneaky's making on kind of Falling's trade.
Yeah, that's nice.
He knows he got him wounded. Just put the strangle on. Then again, Falling making more rams on his side.
Yeah, it looks like he still has some wood, but not that much. 20 villagers now gathering it. Sneaky up to 183 pop. If he makes a bunch of extra gardens, he can push it up all the way to 190. Just terrifying.
Yep, it's hard to deal with.
Oh, we made a general. I love that. That's great. General's awesome. People don't make it enough. It's very hard to use though. Like you spend a lot of money and you kind of just have to pull it back after it uses the special ability.
Yeah. I never make them. It's too much micro for me.
It is very difficult to use, so can't blame you.
We're gonna have a dwarf versus Villy fight on that gold. I hope so.
Dwarves win that any day. Get tanky as hell. Maybe not with the tower there.
That's cheating. Meanwhile, look at Sneaky's main TC. Falling's back again with the Rams.
I don't think it's enough though this time. It's a nice move, but he should have probably just gone for the houses and reset the pop. Like this, he's just going for a bit of both and really not getting that much down. Actually killed a lot of villagers with those fire giant abilities. But is Sneaky really in trouble there? I would say not. He still has a decent eco, although surprisingly they have an equal civilian count. Falling out of forests? Aye. That's what happens when you turtle though. You eventually run out of the resources you are given.
Yeah, he's got to pull his dwarves back from the gold mine, and with this trade being walled off, he's getting squeezed.
That's it for his gold, and the wood has just become raidable, so Sneaky could put on the pressure anytime here. Is that TC gonna fall?
It's getting damn close.
That bird saves it, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Falling does resign as I think he's just out of eco at this point. Not quite, but very close. I'm gonna tell him. I think I'm gonna tell him.
Like, that was definitely winnable for him. Good game, boys.
Oh, falling. I'm falling is gonna watch this. Oh man.